Hello, everybody. So, as I said, today's session in the Smart Digital Tools topic is my top 5 tools for you that you can use on a daily basis or at least on a weekly basis. So, my top 5, I'd like to start with one that's interesting and I've come across a lot of in my time is when you're sharing a blog onto Facebook from your website. Has anyone, put your hand up, if anyone has actually come across the issue where you've picked up your blog and brought it across onto Facebook, but it's not picking up the header image, or there comes a problem with the link that comes across as a share, it doesn't work for some reason. So if you haven't seen it or haven't looked at it, so what it does is there's a link that I will provide for you and it will help you what's called debug your blog link to come across into your Facebook link. So this is what's Facebook for developers, and it's as I said, it's a debugging tool that will enable your blog to find out what's the problem and then you can fix it. So in here, you would just attach your URL in here and it will bring up a report for you in reply to why it's not working. So 9 times out of 10, I find that mine is usually the image size that doesn't come across properly. So this will help you, and then you can fix it in the back end of your website and you can go, right, I need to adapt this image so that it fixes that for you. So that one I use all the time. Well, not all the time because you'd hope that the blogs always are working, but when I have an issue with a blog, that one is one that I use on a regular basis. My second tool, which I use a lot, and especially for your websites, it's something that we all should be checking on a regular basis, is what's called a broken link checker. So part of your SEO and something that you should really be on top of are your broken links. And hopefully you don't have broken links, but this is something that will be detrimental to your SEO if you don't have these checked on a regular basis and fix them if you've got broken ones. Because when Google looks for your site, or sorry, I should say when Google has a consumer that comes in and does a search, it checks everything, and links on your website going in and out will be checked as part of that process. As soon as there's a broken link, Google will go, well, hang on a second, what's going on here? And it will potentially stop crawling your website as part of the search. So it is imperative that you check this, and I would do this. I'm a little bit anal and I do check it very regularly, and sometimes if I know there's something special happening within the business, I will potentially check this on a weekly basis, especially if I'm doing campaigns and I know that I'm driving people to my website, then yes, I will check this during that campaign period quite regularly. Otherwise, it might be a fortnightly or a monthly basis. So making sure that your links are correct and loading well on your website is something that you should be doing on a regular basis. The next one along that I suggest on a regular basis is, and I use on a regular basis, especially with the websites that I look after, is a color chart or a color picker. So if you happen to have at this stage, maybe you don't have a brand kit, for instance. If you don't know your color codes, for instance, this is one I use on a regular basis for that matter. And you can come in here and you can pick your colors, but what you can also do is you can upload an image. Sorry, let me just get out of there. You can upload an image and it will go and color pick those colors within that image. So if it happens to be your logo, or if you've got maybe a template that you've picked up from somewhere, or an image that you've picked up from somewhere, and you really want to use a color within that image, then upload it. And then when you hover over the image, it'll pick up the colors for you. And then that way, and over on this right-hand side, it will tell you the color code. So when you're using a tool like Canva or MailChimp, Easel, any of those, and you want to stylize that particular template that you're creating in Canva, or if your template within MailChimp, you'd like to use that particular color, then you can go and grab that code and then drop that into whichever tool that you're using. Now, the next tool that I use, and I use this a lot, is resizing your images. This is really important, and my apologies if you can hear that in the background. I think the council are doing some tree work. So this one is a pick resize. So sometimes you might have, maybe you've just had a photography session and they've come and done a full photography shoot of your business. And generally they will give you high-res images, and sometimes those high-res images are way too big to use on your website, on Facebook, on any of your social platforms for that matter, and you need to bring them down. So this is a perfect tool for that. You just simply upload your image, and you can upload multiple images, and then you can resize to what you need or the requirements that you need for your website, for Facebook, or whatever it is. Now, the last one that I've got in my top 5 list is a bit out there, and it's something that I've used a lot recently, but it's an excellent tool. And this one helps you for when you're doing live Facebook videos. So if anybody had joined me yesterday or the day before and I spoke about live Facebook videos very briefly, this tool will help you with that. It's called Ecam, and Ecam, you do have the opportunity of doing a free trial period in the initial stages, but after that, then there is some paid level options there. But I, for one, because I've been doing a fair bit of live video lately, and if you're thinking about or will be doing some live video regularly in your business, then this is one I would definitely look at, because what it basically does is it brings up a dashboard on your screen, and on that you can manage everything from your live video and not actually be in Facebook to do it. So you can schedule from here, you can do it all from here, and it will set it up. You can put an explanation, you can do it into your Facebook group, you can do it into your Facebook page. You can then also monitor comments as they come through. So unless it is something you're not really looking for comments, you don't have to worry about it. But here you can interact with people as you're doing your Facebook Live, which is great. And yes, sorry, Shirley, I should mention it is at this stage only for Mac devices. So I do apologise if there's other PC users in the room today or in the Zoom today. But if you're on a Mac or even on an iPhone for that matter, you can use this program. So very quickly, they're the top 5 that I have worked with quite a lot over the last, a long time. And I've got some very good results from all of them, and they do work very well in your business. So today, for you, I'd love you to try one of those tools, or all of them, if for that matter, and then let us know how you went with them, because I think if you can use these tools in your business and you can get some benefits from it, I think it's definitely something that we would love to hear about. So that's it for me for this part of the presentation. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everybody.